What's happening, Xogos Nation? This is Zach Edwards with another episode of the Xogos Gaming Series. This is where we go through all of our games and just have fun with them. Some of them we have to explain, and today we're actually going to be giving you a, let's see, what is it? A preview of what we're going to be doing in this week, what we're going to be releasing. So this is really, really exciting with, basically it's something I would have loved to do because I would have loved to know about this because I like making money. I want to know about money. And what better way of making money than using investments? And so we're going to go through this. This is actually the game that we're going to be talking about. Now, this does not actually affect anything on your dashboard. It does not give you coins, though it'll have money in it. These are different, so you will not be increasing your, well, maybe we could do something about that. Let me ask you, would you actually want to buy additional money in the stock market? It's all theoretical. It's all fake money in this game. But would you want to do that in order to get more investments and to see how it goes? You could, I don't want you throwing a ton of your money towards it, but if we said a one coin equals $100 and you threw in $100 and wanted to make more coin, you get $100 for free. But if you say, hey, wait a minute, I know a better idea. I have a better idea of how this works now. I want to throw in one coin and check it out and see how it works. At the same time, this is mostly for like high schoolers. I don't know many middle schoolers that want to do this. Maybe there's some high schoolers that would, or middle schoolers that may want to do it, but actually learning investment strategies. You'll be able to learn through our academy, and our academy is actually a year long. And you could, again, if you're a member of Historical Conquest, or sorry, of Xogos, you get it for free. And you get to play with it as much as you want, as little as you want. If you decide to make it as a class and actually pass it off in your school, then, I mean, that'd be a great thing. You'd be able to be consistent in it. It will actually give you grades. It will give your teachers or your administrators at your school information that they might need in order to make it an actual class. And if so, you can learn how to invest and also have school credits by doing it. Electives. That's what we're working on. We're working on all these different classes that your schools will actually accept. And you'll be able to have fun with them. You'll be able to create products, a business class, an investment class, a journalist class. Let's see some of the other ones, product design, cooking class. All these classes are going to be available on our system. So today we're going to be talking about our investment class, or sorry, our investment program. We've not added our academy to it yet, but we will. That's hopefully this week. We're going to merge the two together and post it up here live so you can actually see it. So this is, again, is a preview of what we're going to be adding on. So this is, now it's called InvestQuest. It actually might change because it's a product of Debt Free Millionaire. And so we actually have a URL that this could actually be work on. So we may just move it over to that and change the name. But as of right now, it's called InvestQuest. Okay, so in InvestQuest, we have Master the Stock Market. Great, that's a great intro. Start with $100. The goal is to make $1 million. Do you think you could do it? Now, if you're going in real time, that'd be a really, really long stretch. I don't know if you could actually do that. But here's the thing. Could you make it to $1,000? Great, if you can make it to $1,000, I'll give you a coin. I'll give you a coin. I'll give you 2 coins. 5 coins. There you go. 5 coins. If you can make it to $1,000 in investments, you make it to what? Let's say 5,000. I'll give you 10 coins, 10 additional coins if you can make up to $5,000 in investments. Again, you're starting at $100. What if you actually make it to $1 million? You know what? Go for it. I will give you 100 coins. I didn't make sure. Be careful on this. I'll give you 100 coins towards your scholarships, towards using any other game. So you're basically investing here per place. There's no money being exchanged, no actual money. But if you can make it up to $1,000, I'll give you 5 coins. If you can make it up to, what did I say, 5,000 coins? Now let's say 10,000 coins. I'll give you 10 coins. That actually, yeah. So 5 coins for the first 1,000, but then 10 coins for the next 10,000, or for 10,000 coins, $10,000 if you make it in investments. Okay, now, if you really want to know how it works, the best way of doing that is going to our Investor Academy. Now, again, as I said, this is not attached yet. You go into Investor Academy, you go through the courses and learn how to invest, and then you actually use it in this simulator, again, with fake money. So you're not losing anything just by putting your money in there. I will give you coins towards scholarships. Heck, if you do really well, I'll find you a job. I mean, that's a lot to say, but heck, I know plenty of stock brokerages that would love to have you on staff, even as a person coming out of high school. So, yeah, that's where we're gonna go. I want to get you guys investing, having fun with the market, learning about it, and again, if you want, take the class. It's going to help you. It's going to be a lot of help there. Okay, so let's go into the game, the program itself. So here you get to choose two different ways of doing this. One is the simulator mode. Now, simulator mode is basically, says 5 minutes is a trading day. So it's pretty darn fast. And in here, if you click on this, you're going to have your regular market overview right here. Now, you do have a tutorial that you have to go through. It'll basically just show you where everything is and help to explain how it works. But you have the market overview here. Everything from S&P 500, gold, oil, Bitcoin. And then you also have announcements here. So certain things are happening. Major retail announcement, expansion plans. Okay, that's a big one. You can click on that, get more information. Now, this actually has a ticker because these are actually events that are going to be happening in the next few minutes or in the next minute, and it will adjust the market. Now, the market is not based on the actual market. It's based on the events that happen. So if you see all these positive things right here, those are amazing. Those are things that you want to watch and adjust your holdings depending on that. Now, you have to be really fast in this. And I think what we had before is we don't have it now, but a speedometer, basically. How fast you want the day to go. The normal is 5 minutes for a trading day. But if you wanted to speed it up, you could speed it up. If you wanted to slow it down, you could slow it down. But here's the thing. Major events will be coming your way. Keep watching. As we talk, you're going to have a breaking news of something happening, and it might tank the economy as well. Now, let's see. Right now, we're going to actually have this in, let's see, we have it in 1 day increments, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. We will actually have it 1 hour and also 1 minute. So you can actually see as it's going, where it's going, if it's going up or down by the minute, by the hour, by the day, and so forth. Over here, though, these are your holdings. Look at it. Your total value, $100, because you haven't spent anything. You haven't made any buys. So you come down here and like, I want to buy something. Okay, I want to get a little bit of the S&P 500. Now, in all investing, and you'll learn this in the academy, you want to diversify. Now, diversifying is a very safe way of doing it. If you want to blow your money, go for it. Blow your money. It's just fine. It's, again, play money. Doesn't matter. So I go in here, I say S&P 500. Now, this is a safe bet. S&P 500 is normally going to be going up unless a major thing happens in the economy. So I'm going to put 25% of my earnings in that. So now I have $25 in my holdings as an S&P 500. So I purchased shares of the S&P 500 for $25, and look, it's already gone up 2 cents. Nice. That was like a second ago. Okay, I come down here. Bonds. You know what bonds are? Bonds are usually government entities saying we need a certain amount of money and we're going to give you this amount of money back. So you click on here and like, you know what? I'm going to have, because this is a safe way. You know what? I'm not ready for safe. I want to make thousands. I want to make tens of thousands. I'm going to cancel that. I'm not going to do that. How about NASDAQ 500? Another safe bet. S&P 500 normally goes the same way as the NASDAQ, depending on the 500 companies that they have in the S&P or the 100 companies that they have in the NASDAQ. So just keep track of that. And you'll be able to see how they're doing each day with these little tickers right here. Okay, going lower. I want to buy gold. Now, gold is not a fast turnaround. As you can see here, risk, low, medium. It's not a high risk. Oh, look at that. Like I said, there's an event that happened. Oil prices surge on supply concerns. This is going to tank the market. I have 21 seconds. It's affecting oil and stocks. So what happens when oil goes up in price? A lot of the products, like grocery store products, will go up in price because they have to pay more for transportation of that product to get it to the grocery stores. All those things are going to be affected. So you can actually see exactly what gets affected. Now, when we're done with this, as I said, we're going to be able to see by the minute, by the day, by the hour, and such. So in this sense, you're going to have a little issue going on with a lot of different things. Now, what also happens during this, the S&P might be changed because they see oil volatility, which means it goes up and down. They don't know where it's going to be. They're going to be a little concerned. Gold prices, normally solid, or it might actually go up because right now the US dollar is based on a oil, and a pandemic on top of that. That will be affecting us in 25 seconds. This will change the stocks, crypto, REITs, which is like real estate investments, and also ETFs, which are other types of investments. I don't have them in here yet. Not in this one. We do have them in the other one, the real-time value. Okay. So you can actually watch your stock market go up and down depending on fake simulations. Now, the reason why we have fake simulations is we want to show you how things get affected by certain events in history. As a pandemic happens, what happens? Nobody drives. Everyone stays inside. That's what happened during COVID. Gas prices is tanked because of COVID. They went down in price because no one wanted it. Supply, demand. You have people have a higher demand, like they want to go on vacations. What happens to the gas? It goes up in price. What happens when they stop driving, like the winter? Price goes down. Supply, demand. Now, what happens if supply goes up and there's not as much demand? Of course, price goes down because there's too much oil in the market and not enough buyers. So they're going to try to decrease the price so you want to buy. This is everything that happens. Now, these things are happening really fast, and you just might have to slow them down. Again, this is a beta test. We're trying it all out. Okay, let's see. Flash crash rocks market. Sudden sell-off triggers, and so on and so forth. So you can actually read about them as they're happening. Now, interesting enough, I'm going to change that so that you have it for the 30 seconds that it's 30 seconds before it happens. You can have that up. Now, as soon as you read through it, you click off it, it goes away, but it gives you the opportunity of having it for the 30 seconds before the market changes, twists, and changes. Okay. What happens if oil prices are starting to go up? Oh, if you bought oil, you'd be making more money. That's another great thing to have as part of your investment strategy. Bitcoin. Okay. What happens to crypto if oil goes up? It means people start selling things because they have to afford more. So they sell off their Bitcoin. And if demand for Bitcoin goes down, I can't see this. If demand goes down, what happens to the price of Bitcoin? It goes down because there's less demand. Nobody wants it. Nobody's buying it. So now when it gets down to a lower price, then you'll find at the bottom, when you see it go down and back up, it's usually when people say, okay, it's low enough. This is what I'm going to buy because I'm going to buy at the low price and wait for it to go up and then sell at the high price. So that's what happened back, 3 months ago, 4 months ago, maybe a little bit more, when the cryptocurrencies tanked. Bitcoin was at 123. Where is it now? It is now at, where is you? There you go. No, it's not 44. Oh, this is actually, it's a simulation. Real estate is about $72,000. 123 to 72. This is where a lot of people are buying because it's low. They know it's going to go back up. They're buying now. Okay, now this is the simulation. You can't click on these and see more, or you can buy them, but you don't get to see more different stocks and things like that. But exit to lobby. I want to do real time. I want to get into real stocks. Okay, so I click on here. Now, S&P 500, NASDAQ, those are two specific stocks or things that you can buy with money that are just flat. It's just that price. So as you can see, it's $389.60 for the NASDAQ 100. So that's the top 100 companies in the NASDAQ. S&P, the top 500 US companies. There you go. And right now you have, oh, this is because I already purchased them in real time. I purchased $20 in holdings. Okay, so these are my holdings. You can see them right there. Not much has happened. I've only had them a few hours. So I think it was 3 hours that I added them on. You have, now let's go down here to bonds. Okay, what about bonds? Well, you see there's no price here? That's because there's a lot of different bonds you can choose. Let's click on them. Here you go. Look at that. You have 10-year treasuries. This is the US government, federal government behind it. It has a yield of 4.25%. Now, what's interest? Right now, it's about 2.8, 2.9. So you're making a tiny bit of money, tiny bit of money. What was it when it was 9%? Well, if treasuries were at 4% and interest at 9%, by putting money into treasuries, you're losing that 5%. Not good. So no one wanted to buy 10-year treasuries. 30-year treasuries, look at that. It's only 0.03 more than a 10-year treasury. Why in the world would I want to put my money into a 30-year when I get it almost the exact same in a 10-year treasury? 2-year treasury, okay, look at that. How is it that that's actually more expensive than this one? I don't know. But these are the yields. When you buy these, they're set in stone at that price. Now, a company, if you buy a company one, it can actually go under. So you can see this one is corporate. This is a corporate bond. This is a corporate bond. This is a municipality, which means a local government, or government, which is a federal government. So that's what all these means. High yield, this is going to be a 7.26%. That is nice. But there's a lot of different stipulations, which at some point we'll actually put in there what they actually all mean. Right now, it's in the academy. So when you're in the academy, you can learn all these things and what they mean. Okay, I don't want any bonds. 7 might be a good one. I might do that, but not right now. Okay, so let's go to crypto. How about crypto? Okay, so as of right now, today, Bitcoin is up by 3%. That's fairly good. That's about interest or inflation. Oh, 10%. Ethereum is up 10% today. Now, you probably missed the increase because it's probably not going to increase like that constantly. It might go up, it might go down. It's volatile. If you look at the dashboard before, you'll see that it was high risk. And so on and so forth. You're going to learn all these things in the academy itself. But you can invest in any one of these. So I'm going to invest in, let's see, I'm going to invest in Bitcoin. No, that's not going to go up as fast. How about smaller ones? XRP has one of the best used cases. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to buy. How much am I going to buy? I'm going to buy, let's see, $30. Buy XRP. Okay, so I got $30 worth of XRP. Another one, I'm going to go with Ethereum because I still think it's going to be a good buy over time. $10 because I already know it went up. If it went down, I probably would have bought at the lowest point. And you know what? Funny enough, I could buy Dogecoin. I could buy Cardano. Any of these. But you can see, as of right now, they're not giving you the best returns. Here's the thing. It happens in like one day, and it will almost double in price. So you don't know exactly when it's going to double in price. But if you see Bitcoin go up, you want to put your money into one of the other ones. Because as Bitcoin goes up, in a high tide, all boats go up. High tide comes in. You know what high tide? It's when you have the ocean, the tides change. When you have high tide, what happens to all the boats? They all go up. So if Bitcoin goes up, they all go up. So just know, if a smaller one goes up, does not mean that Bitcoin is going to go up. But if Bitcoin goes up, the big guy, they all go up. Okay. So you can trade in any of these. You can also do commodities. You got gold, silver, crude oil, natural gas, copper, platinum. Look at that. Wheat, corn, soybeans, coffee. Really? They're not doing the best. And some people live and die off these, off commodities, selling commodities. Oh, and you can't even see this. Let me shrink my thing right there. There you go. See? Right here. This is what we're clicking on. And the last one is real estate. You can buy real estate. Now, real estate is a fairly safe investment, and it can increase drastically quite quickly, but not as much as Bitcoin. If you want to go up drastically, Bitcoin's probably the one to do. Or sorry, cryptocurrency is the one to do. But you can go into all these different, what we call REITs, real estate as an investment. And there's all these different ones you can do. but these are the top yielding bond investments right here. So that's basically it. That's what InvestQuest is, or whatever we do call it in the end. But I want to give you a heads up. I wanted to show you a new game. This looks like the one that's going to be the earliest one to come out, and hopefully it'll be here by the end of the week, where you can actually throw your money forward and see what you're going to do, what you would do in different situations. Again, if you want to learn about different situations, you want to plug into the simulator mode, because you're going to see how things affect different investments. At the same time, you're also going to want to know if you put some money into a real value and it goes with the market, where would it be? Here's a great thing. Compete against your parents. This is a great, fun activity. Tell your parents, hey, I can invest better than you can. And they're like, what do you know about investments? And show them. Show them that you know better, because you take the academy and you've also been trying it out. Have fun with this. Let me know what you think. Tell us how we can improve it, how we can gamify it more. Love to have your ideas and your thoughts. Again, if you have thoughts like that, this is what you do. You go back to the dashboard, you click on games, you go into the betas, because again, it's only for betas, and you give us your feedback. You tell us what you think. So this is TimeQuest. This is my subject. This is my feedback. Do it for InvestQuest. Do it for any of our games. We want to hear from you. So thank you so much for joining me on this great Xogos day. Even if it is a snow day and all my kids are home and they're noisy, and yeah, it's still a great day. So I will talk to you later. Thanks, everyone. Bye.